Hello. Welcome back to the Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and I'm so glad you could join me here today. Hi. A few weeks ago on episode 145, I spoke about how to harness the energy of the full moon, the waning moon cycle, to get rid of certain bad things from our life or useless habits and stuff from our lives. That episode turned out to be quite popular. So I thought, hey, this week, new moon's coming up on Wednesday, the 8th. So why not talk about using the new moon, the waxing moon phase, to set some kinds of intentions? And, we could do this together. And if it resonates with you, then probably every full moon and new moon, or once every few months for a full moon and new moon, we can again set certain intentions and use the energy of the moon cycle, either the waxing or the waning phase, and utilize that in our lives to create certain outcomes to help us with this. The new moon cycle, that is the day starting from the new moon till the next 15 days until we reach the full moon. That cycle is called the waxing moon cycle. Basically, the moon starts at 0 and then it increases in size. And, at least that's how it appears to us, right? So more and more of the moon gets appeared to, is seen by us. So this waxing moon cycle is a great time to start something new, to create, mainly like plant seeds, set intention. It's a building and growing energy. When I spoke about the full moon, I told you about how the waning moon cycle can be used to clear things out, flush things out of our lives and all that. This is the opposite energy. So you've cleared things out through the full moon to the new moon, that is the waning moon cycle. So now you've made space to create something new, bring in new beneficial energies, patterns, habits, things, whatever, right? To create that, to attract that into our lives. So we have a clean slate in certain areas of our lives now. So we can now invite new things, invite good things in. It's not like anything with manifestation, it's not about just wishing for something and then sitting on your butt and hope that, this is all going to work out. What we're doing is using this energy of the moon to support us in whatever we're doing, but we have to put in our efforts, of course. It's just that as we align with the cycle of the moon and work according to its phases, whatever work, whatever intentions we have set for ourselves, it moves more smoothly. Things flow more easily. So you're working, you're going with the flow of things. So it's just a supporting energy or a support system that you're using to build whatever you need to build. The beginning of the cycle, that is the day after the new moon, as of this time, it's going to be the 9th, that is Thursday, 9th of May 2024. But yeah, any time, the day after the new moon is when you set the intention. Think of it like planting a seed. So you've through the full moon cycle, you've removed or dug out all the weeds, cleansed out whatever is not required, and then moistened the sand, and you've made it all fresh. You've dug it up and all that. It's the soil has been tilled and it's all ready for planting. So now after the new moon, you plant those seeds, and then as the moon keeps growing, those seeds will germinate and grow and bloom and all those things. So of course, this is all a metaphorical thing. I guess you understood that. So what kind of intention can we plant for this particular new moon cycle? Now for the previous full moon, the last 2 weeks, we got rid of overconsumption, the habit of overconsumption. getting rid of not just in terms of food, but also for food, shopping. It was also eliminating overconsumption in terms of media and doom scrolling and social media, all of it, to eliminate that, so that there's more space, time, everything created in our lives. Our mental peace also gets increased. So since we got rid of overconsumption, or at least began that work, towards getting, it doesn't happen, a lifetime's habit does not go away in a matter of 2 weeks, but we started that process and we become more aware of it. So let's do something that goes hand in hand with it for this new moon cycle, something, so let's plant those intentions which work along with getting rid of the overconsumption. The kind of opposite thing to consumption is creation. So how about we set intentions for a creative project or a new creative habit? Begin that. Now we are creating, especially people who spend a lot of time on social media, you're just creating stuff, but a lot of time the information is just it's either useless or rubbish, or there's so much of creation that happens because people feel forced to create. Like keep on documenting things, keep on posting things, keep on create, because they feel like, oh, the presence is important on social media. So we don't want to do that kind of creation. We don't even want to create for people's consumption, right? So we got rid of overconsumption. So let's say whatever creation we do, or whatever we begin creating in this cycle, it shouldn't necessarily be to be put out into the world for other people to consume. Let's start off that way. Later, if something great comes out of it, which you really honestly feel like, oh wow, this would be great, I should share this with the world, you can put it on your, on a blog post or whatever, somewhere non-social media, somewhere where it's worth putting, not just for the validation and likes, but for having put it out into the world. Maybe at some future time that project could serve for that, but that is not going to be our intention this time. We're going to start a creative project where we create for the sake, for the simple joy and fulfillment we get out of creating it. The way to go about this, and you just pick one project, you don't have to pick too many right away. Just for this cycle, for the next 2 weeks, you're going to focus on this one project. It could be writing, right? It could be your if you really like writing, then it could be that. It could be small stories, big story, a novel, whatever. It's totally up to you. A series even. It could be art, say art like, illustration, painting, scent angling, that kind of stuff, right? Any art. Or it could be something which is more hands-on, where you're building something. Whatever it is, I'm sure you can think of something you would love to do, a project which you feel like it's going to be fulfilling and it'll be good for you to do it. Some kind of a creative project. And then set the intention for it. The first part of the waxing moon phase, that is the few days after the new moon, is mainly for ideation. You don't really have to do anything, physically actually take the action. It's more for thinking, planning, ideation. In fact, if you say do a mind map, or if you put the ideas down on paper and think, okay, I want to do it this way, that itself is quite creative and fulfilling in its own way. So use that. So the very first day after the new moon, you sit in silence, meditate. If you need some help to, some support to help you meditate, some kind of guidance, then I have a few new moon specific meditations on my Insight Timer profile. So you just go to, you just install the Insight Timer app, INSIGHT Timer. Install the app and search for my profile, that is Veganosaurus, Veganosaurus. You'll find it. There are many more teachers, like thousands and thousands of teachers who share many beautiful meditations there. So you can find other, moon meditations also there. But if you'd like to try out mine, which I've got a couple specifically to set intentions, plant seeds, all this for the new moon, then you can check out those meditations to take support if you'd like help to do that. So you first spend some time in stillness and you set that intention and you visualize it. You visualize that project unfolding and how it's going to unfold, like what it might be like, how you feel as you're working on it, how you feel when you look at it while it's done. Just visualize that as a part of your whole intention setting and meditation process. And then ask the new moon, ask the energy of the moon to support you through this. And as the moon grows, so does this creative habit that you are going to be developing. After that is the first day after the new moon. Then the next couple of days, spend some time writing out your ideas, just penning them. Throughout your day, as you're going about your day, you might suddenly get some ideas. So keep a notebook handy, or maybe the notes app on your phone or something. Just keep something handy and then jot down those ideas. Just put it in there for now, as and when they appear in your head. Then you set 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever, 2 hours, whatever amount of time you are able to. Even if it's 30 minutes, if you're really unable to spend too much time on this, whatever amount of time, carve it out, set it aside for this in your daytime. You can, as with most other habits, if you piggyback on another habit, it always helps. For example, say you want to do this right after you close up your work for the day in the evening, before you start, before you relax and start binge watching stuff or whatever, right? Before dinner or something. You can do it at that particular time. Or if you feel like, okay, lunch hour, I'm going to finish eating my food, and then while I'm eating, probably jot down some ideas, or maybe right after it, save some time aside just to do work on this project. So carve some time aside specifically for this. Otherwise, you'll probably miss it. And we want to get that momentum going. The whole idea of doing it after the new moon is to just begin the momentum. And then after those 2 weeks, it will continue. The momentum will take its own course. So you don't have to worry about it. So we are not even thinking like, okay, this is a project that has to end at the end of 2 weeks. Nothing like that. It's just something you're beginning. You're starting with the moon cycle, the new moon cycle, and then you're letting it move forward as it takes you, and you are going to go with the flow. Once you've carved the time aside, you spend time. So the first couple of days, you're going to sit and ideate, plan, think of what to do. You can take 3 days, also 4 days, whatever number of days you like. It's all for the planning part, ideating part. And it's going to be so much fun, because when you're planning something, we feel lit from inside, right? It's so exciting. There's this whole feeling of potential that's filling you up, and there is a forward moving feel. So that's something we all enjoy, like we are progressing in something. So that, make full use of it. Enjoy the whole process. You don't have to do anything in a rush. Gently take it forward. Then once you've ideated for a few days, then after that, you begin the work on the project. And then you do it bit by bit, little bits at a time. Since you've planned and ideated it, you know how to go about it, whatever you're building. And then you just do. You get involved in the doing, because you've already done the planning and the thinking. Now it's in the doing, and just begin doing the work. And every day, little bit, spend some time and move it forward, take it forward, and feel the fulfillment and satisfaction. Of course, obviously, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but sometimes we all need this reminder. While you're involved in this project, no distractions. Turn off your phone, put in silent mode, turn off all notification, whatever. Keep it away in another room preferably. and you spend time only with this. No pings, no calls, no blips, nothing. You just focus on this particular thing that you're doing. Absolutely no distractions. Um, you know, if you really feel like, no, I need something, then you can play some very soft instrumental music, no words, because words are going to be distracting, and then you're going to get caught up in the lyrics and there'll be an earworm. No. Just some slow instrumental kind of music. You can put that, whatever kind of genre you like, I like either lounge or sometimes classical, whatever. It's totally up to you. But some kind of no word music. There are a lot of playlists on Spotify and all. You'll find a lot of playlists which have collections of songs and stuff to support you during your work. In fact, even on Insight Timer, there are many teachers who've put just music, plain music, that you can use as a background for your work and stuff. So worst case, you can use it. But I still feel like without any of that, if you focus fully on the work, even better. With no music also as a distraction, then even better. Because then for music, you shouldn't think, oh, I'll keep my phone with me to play the music, and then some beep, some blink, something small will distract you, and that's it, you're gone. Your focus is gone, and whatever you built, this whole state of flow, that gets broken. So we don't want that. We want to get into a state of flow. We want to get into a state of creativity, and without overthinking, we want to allow that that divine energy to flow through us, and this beautiful work coming into being because of that. So allow that channeling to happen, stream of consciousness, let that happen. So use this new moon energy to begin some beautiful creation process. And of course, I'd love to hear from you if you do this. Are you on my newsletter yet, the Feel Good Tribe? If you aren't, sign up right away. Go to veganosaurus.com/newsletter. The link is in the show notes. Sign up for the newsletter. This week I'm going to be sharing links to some of these meditations related to the new moon and all that in the newsletter. So join in. And otherwise also, I keep sharing lots of stories, lots of information, guidance. There's so much that goes into the newsletter. You'll read about it if you go to that page that I told you about. So sign up, and then hit reply to any of the mails you get from me, and talk to me. I love getting replies, and I respond to each and every one. I read and respond to each and every one myself. That's a great way to get in touch with me. Just sign up for the newsletter and then reply to me. All the very best. I wish you so much beautiful positive energy in your life as you approach this new project. Set intention and create something beautiful in this particular new moon cycle. Oh, and one final note. In case you don't want to start a new project, but you have already started on something, but it's just been left aside, or you're going with it, then you just start that afresh. Like, I'm not saying start from the beginning, but you use this new moon cycle, set intention and all that, do the visualization, meditation and all that, and then continue on with that project, with the next phase of the project, wherever you've stopped, through the next phase of it. So you can do it for something ongoing also, make use of it. All right, talk to you again next week. Take care.